r/ask women. What's the smallest, most annoying thing your partner does? What is that tiny, should be insignificant but really isn't, irritating act that is getting on your nerves? He has giant lizard feet. I swear to God. I'm not making this up. His feet are entirely made up of dry as lizard skin. And when we watch TV at night he always whips his socks off. Then he sits in his recliner and drags those devilish tearpods back and forth over one another. Yes. There he crouches, perched menacingly on his branch chair. I mean he sits in his chair, moving his scaly lizard feet back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Creating a giant pile of dry skin in the floor. And that sound. Dear God, the sound. It's like a dry tree branch on a cheese grater. Shudder. But I'm fine. Everything is fine. My husband's feet are so weird and huge, size 13. He is so damn attractive from the top of his head to his ankles. Then it just goes downhill. His toes are freakishly long. His second toe is as long as my pinky. I call them his clickety-clacks. Centaur boots or sloth hands. He refuses to cut his toenails short, and I swear one night while we're sleeping, he is going to slice my Achilles tendon. Edit, just to clarify. He does cut his toenails. Just not short. Oh my God, that's horrifying. My sympathies. He leaves a river on bathroom countertops. I can only figure that he fills both hands with water and pours it on the counter when he goes to get soap. Like he's giving an offering to the soap dispenser. I just started putting a towel down where the river usually is. It's not worth bringing up. He's wonderful. Dude. Why do they do this? I swear I have to follow him around with a little towel like he's an infant. Man and do this. I cannot think of a reason why it happens, but I notice the yanks every time I brush my teeth. Me, are you hungry? I was gonna make random dinner food for dinner. Husband, that sounds good, but I'm not really hungry right now. Can we eat a bit later? Me, yay. For sure. When would you like to eat? Husband, how about half an hour? My husband seems to think that dinner just appears in a flash. My husband literally cannot imagine what he would like to eat later on in the day. Like, hey, would you like X, Y, or Z for dinner? I'm not hungry. No, I mean like for later. I dunno. I'm not hungry. I'm going to cut your damn face off and feed it to you, how's that? And he doesn't understand that I can't make an entire dinner just for myself because it'll go to waste. Yes. So then I just make myself a sandwich and then at 9 PM he's like, I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat? And like, he then makes himself cereal or whatever, but it's so annoying. Because I could have just made us a nice dinner 2 hours ago. He refuses to talk to store employees when he can't find something. He'd rather call me and ask what he can buy instead. My BF once texted me when I was 100 miles away asking me where cookies are in our local supermarket. Go ask an employee. I told him, and he still went to the wrong aisle. Those clueless shoppers getting FaceTime accompanied by their SOs is so damn cute to me. It's like they're a little kid and the phone is an adult's hand in the big scary store, hee hee. He makes this loud CHYAH sound. Like JZ at the beginning of Umbrella. And every time I hear it my brain shrivels in on itself. Update, since informing him that his exploits have led to one of my highest rated comments. He has doubled the rate of CHYAH. I'm thrilled. As you can imagine. This cracks me up. I love this. My husband says can I pepper instead of cayenne pepper unironically, and this reminds me of the same thing. That is amazing. My dad says Leonardo DiCaprio unironically, and I'm just like, Twitch. He rips open boxes or bags that have a built-in opening. I felt this in my soul. Leaves toothpaste in the sink. Just wash it down, man. Also leaves wrappers on end tables, candy, string cheese etc. But he helps a lot in other ways, so I just clean up after him with these two issues. My husband blows his nose into the sink and leaves that. I would take toothpaste any day. Cleaning the bathroom sinks is his job. My so does this too. I can't even brush my teeth in there if I see budges on the sink, because having something in my mouth while I'm looking at snot makes me gag. We only have one bathroom and I don't want to clean up his budgers, so I'll just brush my teeth in the kitchen. Years ago, an acquaintance of his told him he was a good dancer. Now he thinks he's goddamned Fred Astaire. He dances like a suburban white dad after one too many on Christmas Day. He dances at every available opportunity. Sometimes I wish I could track down that acquaintance and ask him if he's happy with what he's created. Sounds hilarious, imho. He does everything almost violently. Sitting on the couch and wants a bottle of water. Jumps up and practically runs to the fridge. Swings it open. Then slams it shut. Hasn't been talking, but suddenly has something to say. He talks loudly and quickly. Sometimes it's subtly hilarious. Other times, like when I just got home from work and I'm tired, it drives me up the wall. I think it's just because he's a very high energy person, and when he decides to do something, he gets it done 10 seconds ago. Edit. Also, the way he puts away dishes. I have to silently tell myself, I love him. At least he tries. I love him. At least he tries. I repeat it over and over while putting things where they actually go. Don't get me wrong. I very much appreciate coming home to a clean kitchen. But oh boy, the mixing bowls do not go with the pots and pans. I always tell my boyfriend he pops up like toast. Literally in the morning his alarm goes off and he stands up out of bed and just is up. He's awake and walking around. That's a superpower I'd like to have. He likes to hold me at night with me facing him. Should be cute, but I cannot breathe when my face is smushed against his chest/shoulder. I like to cuddle like this for about 5 minutes. But then yeah, I can't breathe. I wouldn't be able to sleep like that. Yup, cuddle 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 and then move to our own sides of the bed to sleep. Don't touch me. Leaving his beard clippings in the sink and knowing exactly what I'm about to ask when I walk into the bathroom afterwards and say, hey, babe, could you? I'll clean up the beard hairs. Just clean your damn clippings before you leave the bathroom, you hairy man beast. This is my pet peeve as well, because I put my clothes or towel on the vanity while I'm having a shower. Don't notice the beard clippings because we have a patterned countertop, but sure enough I end up covered in them. Interrupts me when I talk. He just tries to finish my thought or add a story. I stop talking and stare at him till he realizes that he interrupted me. Then he apologizes and has to force himself not to talk. I have the same problem with my boyfriend, where I finish his sentences. We, meaning people like this, frustrate ourselves sometimes because we want to be helpful but it interrupts. Edit. Phrasing. I do this too. And I don't mean it to be an interruption. I think it's my way of trying to say, yeah, I'm paying attention. I'm following your line of thought. We've come to an agreement that I will try really hard not to do it. But when I slip up he will nicely remind me and try not to get irritated. Me, what do you want for dinner? Him, I don't care. Whatever you want. Me, do you wanna go out to dinner tonight? Him, I don't care. If you want to. Me, where should we order from? Him, wherever you want. He's trying to be helpful, but really it's just like, dude, make a decision please. My boyfriend does this. I hate it because it means I have to make every decision for every single meal, and sometimes, just sometimes, I don't want to have to make decisions. I get sick of decisions. I'm a teacher. My day is non-stop making decisions for hundreds of kids and thousands of mini situations every day. Just make one decision for me. It's called emotional labor and it's exhausting and lazy on their part. When you have kids it gets way worse. He scratches his balls while he's sleeping. I mean, I love him and I love his balls, but I do not need the soundtrack of my nighttime loving embrace to be the noise of nails against ballsack. Sometimes, my husband will be standing and telling me a story and I literally haven't been able to concentrate on it because he's been violently yanking at his balls since he opened his mouth. I have to stop and I unintentionally end up basically shouting, "Are you okay? What is going on?" He always snaps. They itch. Thiswasuag. It's like, you can't be jerking your ballsack when we are having a serious conversation, okay? You just can't. No. No. You just can't. He eats waffles by cutting it by the lines into 4 giant pieces. He then proceeds to stuff the giant piece in his mouth as a whole bite. He claims that's what the lines are for, but it just makes me feel slightly embarrassed that he can't cut the waffle into smaller bites. I love him. But this is the one thing that always gets under my skin. This is my favorite one. I'm probably that guy too. He's a shout sneezer. My ears start ringing every time he sneezes. I hate shout sneezes. Makes me jump out of my damn skin. You should try shout sneezing. It feels surprisingly very satisfying. My husband leaves his cereal bowl with milk in it in the sink or next to the sink. When confronted about why he doesn't at least dump the milk out and rinse the bowl, he gets a blank look on his face, like he had an out-of-body experience and had no recollection of doing it. The most rage-inducing part is that he honestly doesn't do it on purpose and is generally a tidy guy, so I can't even be mad. Everyone has one of those cleanliness blind spots that you're just like, how? I'm always worried that I have a cleaning blind spot that I don't see and that I'm annoying my partner without realizing it. I tend to let clutter build up more than he does, so I try to be aware of it and take care of it. But otherwise we're both neat and clean as far as dishes, laundry, etc. But maybe I'm missing something and he's just being nice and not telling me. Laundry takes him 4-6 hours every weekend. He monopolizes the washer/dryer from Saturday around 8 AM to Sunday evening. It's a huge event that starts on Saturday, where he does tons of small loads, each with different products. Like blowing liquid for his white undershirts that no one even sees. Sundays he then steams everything. Not just his dress clothes, but also undershirts, casual t-shirts, and jeans. I have even seen him ducking lint roll and steam socks. This requires a big standing steamer, a laundromat style rolling cart with hangers, multiple laundry baskets, and a rolling hamper with different bins for white/dark/colors/delicates. He takes up the whole living room with laundry draped on every piece of furniture while blasting Netflix. It takes so long Netflix will be like, "Are you still there?" He is my soulmate, and I adore him though. He values precision and has a PhD in engineering, so he never does anything halfway. I wish I didn't have to experience the laundry apocalypse every weekend, but I've learned to turn it into girl time and just stay away from the operation, because it is frustrating to watch. Lol, I ducking love this, because it's my husband. I just read this to him, and we are both laughing. He does my laundry as well, and even irons my underwear. Got to say, there is a method to the madness. Freshly pressed underwear are great. But yeah, I just hang out in another room entirely when it goes on. BTW, my husband wanted to share some tips with you, so please don't use lint rollers, as they're bad for fabrics, especially mohair and wool. Invest in a double-sided clothing brush instead. Kent makes a great one for around $75. You can use the coarser side for anything 180 wool and up. The softer side is great for cashmere and general maintenance. Lol. I just read this to my husband and we are dying. I can't believe there are other men like this in the world, lol. I bet they would get along great. I've got to convince mine to do my laundry too. I don't even own anything that wrinkles, because I know I'll never iron or steam it. Things like freshly pressed sheets and ironed clothes are pretty luxurious though, as long as I'm not the one that has to do it. He's totally going to get himself a Kent brush now. Tell your husband thanks for the suggestions. He doesn't throw something out when it is very clearly finished. Oh yeah. There's 2 Cheerios in the bag. Let's put it back. There's a minuscule scape of cream cheese. Back into the fridge it goes. It kills me. My parents do this and it drives me nuts. My mom eats a bunch of ice cream and leaves 1 tablespoon of ice cream left and puts it back in the freezer. You're almost there. Just finish the ice cream and throw out the damn container. But she can't be the one to finish the ice cream. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Ask Reddit videos.